Senator Sullivan. Senator Hirono, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome, General. Thank you for your continuing service. In determining fitness to serve of nominees who come before any of the committees on which I sit, I ask the following two initial questions. Since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
No, Senator.
Have you ever faced discipline or entered into a settlement related to this kind of conduct?
No, ma'am.
General, talking about burden sharing, what countries are welcoming or taking in the millions of refugees from Ukraine?
Senator, that's an amazing story and a heartwarming one. As you know, early on, my command was directed to prepare for assistance for Americans coming out, but also we anticipated needing to help with the large number of refugees we anticipated. We correctly anticipated about 6 million refugees coming into Europe. It was unnecessary. The people of Poland, Romania, Hungary, and Slovakia have opened their doors and opened their hearts to Ukrainian refugees. In fact, I have some local national employees in Poland who 3 of them who have Ukrainian families in their homes right now. It's been a remarkable thing to see the societies mobilize to assist Ukrainians.
I think it is an amazing and heartwarming story. So even as we talk about monetary commitment to NATO, there are many other ways that our European allies are stepping up regarding what is happening in the Ukraine. I think it's important to remember that. And I'm glad that Senator Sullivan asked you to talk about your background, because it is indeed impressive, and I think you are highly, highly qualified for this position that we are considering you for. I feel like asking you to answer some questions in Russian, but that's okay. I think it's a really difficult language to learn, and I commend you for that kind of focus. On Sunday, a delegation of U.S. diplomats is set to travel to The Hague for talks with allies, and I'm quoting the State Department, regarding our responses to atrocities committed in Ukraine and in other conflicts, and on efforts to bring the perpetrators of atrocities to justice. If confirmed, how will you assist the International Criminal Court in holding Russia accountable for the alleged war crimes being committed in Ukraine?
Senator, if I'm confirmed, I will execute the U.S. policy as it stands with regard to that at any given time. Clearly, this is an issue that has been considered in our policy making circles for some time, and I would have to follow U.S. policy.
I think it is very important for Russia to be held accountable for the atrocities that they're committing, and of course this totally unprovoked war on an independent country. Last Saturday, President Biden signed a $40 billion package of new military and humanitarian assistance to Ukraine. This includes a vast array of military defensive weaponry, such as anti-aircraft and anti-tank systems, which the Ukrainians urgently need to protect themselves. If confirmed, how will you ensure the continuing coordination of the rapid transfer of U.S. resources and weapons to Ukraine, and consider the country's future to defend future defense needs against Russia?
Senator, if I'm confirmed, I will continue to execute the way it's being executed right now, with improvements and modifications as we go forward. So currently, at a policy level, our nation consults with other nations on what they might contribute. We consult with the Ukrainians on what they need, and then we try to bring those together. We hand that to U.S. European Command, which coordinates the logistics of it, and then ultimately all of the U.S. contributions come through the hands of my forces, who are located in southeastern Poland, and they move it into the right locations. So I think we'll continue to do it that way. I think the accounting of all of this is going to be of great importance, Senator. I think understanding where everything is and being able to account for the money that's been provided will be a very important part if I'm confirmed.
Yes, as Senator Warren also mentioned, that there is going to be so much money that will be needed to help Ukraine and the aftermath, that yes, we do need to make sure that this money is going where it's supposed to go for the purposes for which we're appropriating the funds. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I do have some other questions that I will submit for the record.
Thank you, Senator Hirono. Senator Hawley, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. General, good to see you again.